Okay, be honest with me for a second. Have you caught yourself saying something like this recently? Investing is too hard now. Everyone's making money off me. No matter how you play, you lose in the end. Because, man, if you have, you are absolutely not alone. I've noticed this really fascinating, but honestly kind of concerning trend lately. A huge, ever-growing number of people are just becoming deeply, deeply cynical about investing. And the crazy part? We're not talking about people sitting on the sidelines who've never invested a dime. We're talking about people who jumped into the market full of hope. People who genuinely believed that stocks or crypto or real estate was going to be their ticket to financial freedom, or at least, a way to protect their hard-earned cash from inflation. But somewhere along the way, that hope just completely shattered.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking a deep dive into disappearing trust and the psychological awakening of the modern investor. Let's just jump right in and unpack exactly what went wrong here, because this collective loss of trust, it's not random. It is the direct result of some very specific modern forces colliding all at once. And really, it all starts right here. Our expectations have literally been hijacked. Social media has completely radically transformed how we even think about investing. I mean, think about it. You just unlock your phone and boom, you are instantly bombarded with these glowing golden billboards of success. Portfolios jumping hundreds of % overnight, trades that make an entire year's salary in a few days, and teenagers casually bragging about retiring at 30 with a supercar parked in the driveway. These platforms completely normalize things that are in reality extreme statistical anomalies.
And this builds a super dangerous trap for us, because what social media is overwhelmingly shoving in our faces is just this glamorous illusion. It conveniently crops out the brutal, hidden reality. You know what you don't see on your feed? You rarely see the years of grueling, behind-the-scenes learning. You don't see the massive, painful streaks of losses, or the countless investors who quietly just vanished from the market after their entire accounts got wiped out. Social media algorithms absolutely love to exaggerate success, and they bury the failures.
So what happens is we get this severe visual whiplash. When you walk into the market fully expecting a glowing, golden staircase to instant wealth because, hey, that's what you saw online, you are mathematically setting yourself up for total devastation. You suddenly hit the dark, incredibly stressful reality of margin calls and deep red portfolios, and the shock is just profound. When reality completely fails to meet those artificially inflated expectations, massive disappointment is practically guaranteed.
So how does this happen to so many smart people? Well, it's a psychological sequence. It usually goes like this. A lot of us start our investing journey during a really favorable bullish market. Step 1, the market goes up. Step 2, literally almost every asset is increasing in value, so making money feels incredibly easy. Step 3, every single decision you make seems correct, and you start feeling like an absolute financial genius, right? But then, Step 4 happens. The market inevitably turns. And Step 5, harsh reality hits you like a ton of bricks. You realize a really difficult truth. That money you made earlier? Yeah, that was mostly just the overall upward trend of the market, not your own brilliant trading skills. So, the absolutely crucial takeaway here is this. The true difference between pure luck and actual skill, it only reveals itself when the market environment gets tough. When those beautiful surging green charts turn choppy and red, the easy money just stops. And that is the exact moment when a modern investor's fundamental belief in the system, and honestly in their own strategy, really begins to violently shake. But listen, it's not just our psychology working against us here. The game itself has literally leveled up. Decades ago, if you just read a financial report carefully, or maybe got the news a little earlier than the next guy, you had a massive edge. Today, you are basically a single chess player going up against a room full of supercomputers. The market is hyper-efficient now. Everyday retail investors are competing against giant quantitative funds using complex algorithms, artificial intelligence that processes unimaginable volumes of data in milliseconds, and information that goes global instantly. Your individual edge, it's constantly shrinking.
Which leads directly to this incredibly frustrating sentiment that I hear all the time. The more I learn, the harder it is to make money. It is such a common feeling right now. When you're putting in the hours, you're studying the charts, you're reading the reports, and all that immense effort still doesn't translate into results, it is totally natural to start wondering if the entire game is just rigged against you.
And oh man, to make matters even worse, right when you are struggling the most to find an edge, the internet has just exploded with these self-proclaimed experts. Never in history have there been so many financial guides. Social media allows literally anyone to claim they've got the secret formula. Everyone's got a doctored profit screenshot, everyone has an inspiring rags to riches story, and of course, every single one of them has a premium course to sell you. The problem? Most of them aren't making their money by trading the market. They're making it by marketing to you. And after trusting the wrong person a few times, investors just completely lose the ability to tell the difference between genuine financial wisdom and really clever marketing. Then think about the sheer volume of stuff you can even invest in. I mean, today, you've got to choose between crypto, forex, ETFs, futures, options, AI stocks, meme coins, startups, copy trading. The bombardment of shiny new products just literally never stops. And this brings us to the paradox of choice. Having more options sounds like a great thing, right? Actually, scratch that. Psychologically, it is an absolute nightmare. You're standing at this foggy crossroads, dozens of chaotic signs pointing in every possible direction, and you're just paralyzed. The more choices you have, the more you feel like you are constantly missing out on the next big thing. And that persistent FOMO, it leads directly to impatient, highly emotional, and completely undisciplined decisions. This perfectly highlights a huge modern phenomenon. We've started treating investing as entertainment. So many people today approach the stock market the same way they watch a football game or play a video game. They want the thrill, the adrenaline rush, the massive overnight surge. But the truth, successful investing is incredibly boring. I'm serious. It is the unsexy, repetitive application of rigid discipline, strict risk management, and just endless patience. When the market stops delivering that adrenaline rush, people immediately assume it's broken or no longer working. And this impatience creates the ultimate conflict. We live in a world of instant gratification now. 10-second videos, minute-by-minute news updates. We want our results right now. But wealth building? That is a game of time. The true requirements are years of dedication, surviving multiple boom and bust market cycles, gaining first-hand grueling experience, and just unwavering patience. That massive gap between our desire for instant results and the very slow, long-term reality of compounding is exactly why so many people throw their hands up and quit before their strategy even has a chance to play out.
So, let's get real for a second and ask a really profound question. When people say they've lost faith in stocks or crypto or real estate, they are usually masking a much deeper truth. Because it's not just the market they're doubting anymore. Did you lose faith in the market, or did you actually lose faith in your own ability to navigate it?
Because after a brutal chain of mistakes, falling for scams, letting your emotions completely dictate your trades, you naturally start to doubt your own logic. You question your thought process, your evaluation skills, and your ultimate choices. The illusion is entirely broken. And here is the saddest part of the whole thing. Once you lose trust in your own mind and your own capability to make sound decisions, you just abandon the whole concept of investing altogether.
Let's ground ourselves in one fundamental truth here. The market is not an easy money machine. It was literally never designed to be a place where absolutely everyone wins effortlessly. But, and this is a really big but, it remains one of the very few environments in the world where real knowledge, strict discipline, hard-earned experience, and time can actually be converted into substantial, life-changing returns. The investors who survive that initial phase of disillusionment, they eventually figure this out, and they completely reset their expectations. Which brings us to our final thought for today. The next time you feel that overwhelming wave of cynicism or you get the urge to just throw in the towel because it feels too hard, I want you to pause. Just pause and ask yourself this. Do you really understand the game you are participating in? Are you actually playing by the market's long-term rules, or are you playing by the distorted, impatient rules of social media? It's a tough question, for sure, but answering it honestly might just be the exact edge you need to stop losing and start actually investing. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this perspective helps you look at your next trade just a little bit differently. See you next time.